Want to become smarter than the people around you? It's not about being born with a high IQ. It's about how you train your mind. What if I told you that small daily habits can sharpen your intelligence and set you apart? Imagine if you could turn everyday moments into opportunities for growth. Wouldn't that be amazing? And what if I told you that real intelligence isn't about memorizing facts, but about adapting to life's challenges with clarity, focus, and wisdom? Let's dive in and uncover how you can transform your mind with simple yet powerful habits. Intelligence isn't a fixed trait that you're born with. It's something you can cultivate, just like building muscle at the gym. The more you practice, the stronger your mind becomes. Think of your brain as a tool. With consistent sharpening, it will serve you better every day. The beauty of this is in the small, deliberate habits that over time compound and turn ordinary moments into extraordinary opportunities for growth. For too long, intelligence has been boxed into numbers like IQ scores, grades, or job titles. But real intelligence goes much deeper. It's about your ability to think critically, navigate emotions, adapt to challenges, and make wise decisions. Intelligence isn't reserved for geniuses or scholars. It's available to anyone willing to put in the effort to grow. It's practical. It's the ability to solve problems, connect with others, and continuously evolve. The best part? Intelligence isn't something you're stuck with. It's something you can grow. The goal here isn't to compare yourself to others or chase someone else's idea of success. This is about becoming the sharpest, most capable version of yourself. Intelligence isn't about proving you're better than anyone else. It's about proving to yourself that you can improve. These habits aren't quick fixes or magic tricks. They're tools for a lifetime of growth. Now, before we dive into these habits, please take a moment to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on more insightful videos like this. Let's get started. Learn to completely focus. How often do you truly focus? I mean real focus, where you give your full attention to a task, leaving distractions behind. In today's world, with constant notifications and the temptation to check your phone, true focus has become a lost art. The reality is that most of us rarely experience it. But here's the truth. Without focus, there's no depth. No depth of thought, no depth of understanding, and no depth of progress. The constant noise of modern life chips away at your ability to think deeply, leaving you scattered and overwhelmed. Even centuries ago, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius understood the value of focus and undisturbed reflection. As a Roman emperor with endless responsibilities, he carved out time to think deeply and journal his reflections. That discipline, what we call deep focus today, allowed him to lead with clarity and wisdom. The lesson here is simple. Multitasking isn't the answer. Monotasking, focusing deeply on one thing at a time, is the way to sharpen your mind and truly make progress. When you give something your full attention, you not only do it better, but you also train your brain to work at a higher level. So how do you develop this habit in a world designed to pull your attention in every direction? Start small. Set aside just 30 minutes a day to work deeply on a single task. During this time, eliminate distractions, turn off your notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and let those around you know you're unavailable. Techniques like the Pomodoro technique can help you stay disciplined and focused. Building on the power of focus, in the next section, we'll dive into another powerful habit that will elevate your thinking even further. How can small shifts in your approach to challenges lead to long-term growth? Stay with us as we continue unlocking the secrets to becoming a smarter, more capable version of yourself. Building on the power of focus. In the next section, we'll dive into another powerful habit that will elevate your thinking even further. How can small shifts in your approach to challenges lead to long-term growth? Stay with us as we continue unlocking the secrets to becoming a smarter, more capable version of yourself. Building on the power of focus, let's dive into another habit that can truly transform your mind: reading. But before we do, let's take a moment to reflect. How often do you feel like you're truly immersed in what you're doing, not distracted by your phone or the endless to-dos? Focus is a muscle, and just like any other skill, it gets stronger with practice. Start by using focused intervals of 25 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break, and over time, you'll notice your ability to concentrate growing stronger. Another powerful tool is mindfulness meditation. Simply spending a few moments observing your breath can help train your mind to stay present. When you feel your thoughts spiraling during work, gently bring them back to the task at hand, just as you would during meditation. Deep focus is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. Each time you resist the urge to check your phone or switch tasks, you're reinforcing a habit that makes you smarter, more capable, and ultimately more in control of your mind. Always remember, your ability to focus deeply is your superpower. It's not just about productivity, it's about reclaiming your ability to think, create, and grow. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Remember this, and you'll find strength. Cultivate deep focus, and that strength will guide you to a sharper, more intelligent life. The power of reading, shaping your mind for growth. Now let's talk about reading. It's not just about collecting information, it's about shaping the way you see and navigate the world. A good book doesn't just sit on a shelf. It lives in your mind, influencing how you think, what you value, and how you connect with others. The smartest people in history, philosophers, inventors, and great leaders, all had one thing in common: they read. Marcus Aurelius, for example, didn't write meditations without first devouring the works of others. He built his wisdom by standing on the shoulders of the great thinkers who came before him. The power of reading isn't limited to one type of book. Fiction invites you into the minds of characters who are nothing like you, building your capacity for empathy and helping you understand emotions you may never have felt yourself. Nonfiction broadens your knowledge of the world, history, science, psychology, business, and gives you tools to solve real-world problems. And then there's philosophy, the cornerstone of wisdom. Reading the works of Stoics like Epictetus or Seneca teaches you timeless lessons about resilience, perspective, and living with purpose. Every genre you explore adds a new layer to your thinking, making you more adaptable, insightful, and ultimately smarter. But let's be honest, reading can feel overwhelming when you're balancing a busy life. The key isn't to read everything at once, it's to make reading a consistent part of your routine. You can start small, commit to reading just 10 pages a day. Those 10 pages might not feel like much, but over the course of a year, they add up to over 3,600 pages, enough to finish 10 to 15 books. The compounding effect of daily reading is astonishing, and more importantly, it's manageable. If physical books aren't always accessible, turn to modern tools like audiobooks. Platforms like Audible, Libby, or even YouTube make thousands of audiobooks available at your fingertips. If you're short on time, apps like Blinkist or Shortform can distill the key ideas from a book in just 15 minutes, giving you the essence of its insights. Expanding your mind through diverse reading. To make reading transformative, step out of your comfort zone. If you usually stick to self-help books, try a classic novel. If you're a fan of fiction, challenge yourself with a biography or a book on science. Diversity in reading expands your mental toolkit, giving you perspectives, insights, and ideas you'd never encounter otherwise. In the next section, we'll explore how you can continue expanding your mind with practical habits that help you engage with life in a smarter, more focused way. Ready to take your personal growth to the next level? Let's keep going. Continuing from the last point, let's now talk about how reading can truly shape your life when you go beyond just reading for the sake of it. As you build this habit, don't just read for the sake of reading, read to apply. Highlight passages, take notes, and reflect on how what you've read can shape your decisions and your understanding of life. When Marcus Aurelius read, he didn't passively absorb knowledge. He engaged with it, questioned it, and used it to grow. Follow his example. Reading isn't just a hobby, it's an act of self-improvement. Every book you read is a conversation with a great mind, a window into another world, or a mirror reflecting your own. It's how you gain empathy, wisdom, and the confidence to navigate life's complexities. So pick up a book, not just to fill your time, but to fill your mind. Over time, you'll see that the person you become is shaped by the words you've chosen to let in. Reflection, turning experience into wisdom. Daily reflection turns experience into wisdom. Without it, the lessons life offers slip through your fingers, unnoticed and unappreciated. Think about how easily the days blur into weeks and weeks into years. Without taking time to pause and look inward, you risk living on autopilot, reacting, rushing, and repeating the same patterns. The act of reflection gives you clarity. It allows you to see what worked, what didn't, and what truly matters. It's a habit that not only sharpens your mind, but aligns your actions with your goals and values. The Stoics understood the transformative power of reflection. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, ended each day with a simple but profound ritual. He would ask himself, "What did I do well? What could I have done better? What did I learn?" This nightly practice wasn't just about self-criticism. It was about growth through reflection. Seneca turned the ordinary trials of daily life into lessons that shaped his character and decisions. His wisdom wasn't an accident. It was the result of consistently mining his experiences for insights. Practical ways to reflect reflection can take many forms, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Journaling is one of the most powerful tools for self-reflection. Writing down your thoughts at the end of the day forces you to slow down and process what you've experienced. It can be as simple as answering 3 questions. What did I learn today? What challenged me? What am I grateful for? These small prompts open the door to greater self-awareness and growth. If writing doesn't resonate with you, meditation gives us another path to reflection. Spending just 10 minutes in silence, observing your thoughts and emotions, can help you gain perspective on your day. Meditation isn't about emptying your mind. It's about noticing what's happening within it. This awareness creates a space where you can respond to life's challenges with intention instead of reacting impulsively. Start small. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes to reflect. You don't need a fancy journal or a perfect system, a notebook, a voice memo on your phone, or even quiet contemplation works just as well. The key is consistency. Over time, these moments of reflection will reveal patterns both in your behavior and in life itself. You'll begin to see what truly serves you and what doesn't, empowering you to make smarter decisions moving forward. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Reflection allows you to see the reality of your life clearly, without the distortions of fear, regret, or distraction. It's how you turn your experiences, both good and bad, into stepping stones for growth. Challenge your comfort zone building on the power of reflection. Let's now explore the next essential habit, challenging your comfort zone. Growth begins where comfort ends. It's a simple truth, yet one that many of us overlook. The comfort zone feels safe, predictable, and familiar. It's a place where the mind can relax, free from uncertainty or risk. But here's the catch. Staying in that safe zone for too long keeps you stagnant. Intelligence, adaptability, and resilience are forged in discomfort, in those moments when you dare to step into the unknown. If you want to grow smarter, bolder, and better equipped for life's challenges, you must be willing to challenge your comfort zone. The science behind this is fascinating. Every time you take on a challenge or try something unfamiliar, your brain changes. This is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. When you push yourself, whether by learning a new skill, engaging in a difficult conversation, or even trying an activity that makes you nervous, your brain rewires itself to adapt. These new pathways strengthen your ability to think critically, solve problems, and embrace change. In other words, stepping outside your comfort zone doesn't just make you more courageous, it makes you smarter. Think about the moments in your life when you grew the most. Chances are they didn't happen when everything was easy or routine. Maybe it was the first time you gave a presentation, even though your hands were shaking, or when you signed up for a class that intimidated you, only to discover you were capable of much more than you thought. Growth happens when you stretch yourself, and that stretch requires discomfort. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that challenges are opportunities in disguise. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." How to challenge your comfort zone. So, how can you challenge your comfort zone in a practical way? Start by identifying one thing each week that scares you. It doesn't have to be monumental. Small, consistent actions lead to transformative change. For example, if you're nervous about public speaking, start by sharing your thoughts in a small group meeting. If you've been avoiding a difficult conversation, commit to taking the first step by writing down what you want to say. The goal isn't to conquer every fear overnight, but to build a habit of leaning into discomfort. Another way to challenge yourself is by learning something new, even if you feel like a beginner. Sign up for that dance class, start learning a language, or tackle a subject that's always intimidated you. These activities not only build new skills, but also teach you how to embrace failure and persevere. Each time you push through discomfort, you strengthen your ability to handle the unknown, making future challenges feel less daunting. It's important to remember that growth doesn't come from reckless leaps, but from intentional steps. The key is to push yourself just enough to feel stretched, not overwhelmed. Think of it like lifting weights. If the weight is too light, your muscles won't grow. But if it's too heavy, you risk injury. In the same way, find challenges that are manageable but meaningful. Over time, you'll notice something remarkable. The boundaries of your comfort zone will expand. What once seemed intimidating will start to feel natural. The meeting you were once afraid to speak up in becomes a place where your voice is heard. The skill that once seemed out of reach becomes second nature. As you take small steps to challenge your comfort zone, you'll find that every day brings new opportunities for growth. But how do you keep moving forward when life throws unexpected challenges your way? Let's explore the next essential habit: resilience in the face of adversity. Ready to take on the next challenge? Let's continue. Lifelong learning. Building on the power of stepping outside your comfort zone, let's dive into the habit of embracing lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is not just about knowing everything, it's about staying curious enough to always learn more. In a world that's constantly evolving, the smartest individuals aren't necessarily those with all the answers, but rather those with an unshakable commitment to growth. Intelligence is cultivated through a mindset that seeks continual improvement. The Stoics fully embrace this mindset, believing that learning is a lifelong journey, not a destination. Marcus Aurelius, despite being one of the most powerful men in history, approached life with remarkable humility. He was endlessly curious, not just about philosophy, but also about human nature, leadership, and the mysteries of existence. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be open to correction. If someone can show me I'm wrong, I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after, and the truth never harmed anyone. This beginner's mindset, the willingness to learn and grow, was the foundation of his wisdom. He understood that learning isn't simply about accumulating knowledge. It's about refining your understanding of the world and yourself. By adopting this approach, you open the doors to a transformative mindset. Think of the incredible examples of people who have reinvented themselves through a commitment to lifelong learning. Take Elon Musk, for example, who taught himself rocket science in order to build SpaceX. Or consider authors who continue to explore new genres well into their careers. The ability to continuously learn allows you to adapt, evolve, and thrive, no matter what challenges life throws at you. When you commit to learning, you train your brain to stay sharp, adaptable, and ready for whatever comes next. So how can you embrace lifelong learning in a practical, accessible way? Start by cultivating curiosity. Pay attention to what sparks your interest, whether it's history, technology, art, or psychology. In today's world, learning has never been easier. Platforms like YouTube, Coursera, and Khan Academy offer free or affordable access to high-quality content on virtually any topic. If you prefer interactive learning, sign up for an online course or attend a local workshop. Websites like Udemy and Skillshare allow you to learn at your own pace, whether it's coding, photography, or public speaking. Podcasts are another incredible tool for lifelong learners. Listening to experts discuss their fields can be both inspiring and educational. And the best part is, you can fit it into your routine, whether you're commuting, exercising, or cooking dinner. Choose podcasts that challenge your thinking or introduce you to new ideas and let them become a part of your daily life. But to truly embrace lifelong learning, you must step outside your comfort zone. If you're naturally drawn to one subject, challenge yourself to explore something completely different. For example, if you're a science whiz, try reading literature. If you've always focused on one particular area of knowledge, venture into something new. Broadening your intellectual horizons will only strengthen your mind. The beauty of lifelong learning is that it's a journey that never ends. As you continue your growth, you'll notice your understanding of the world and your role within it becoming more nuanced and enriched. But how do you maintain this mindset when life presents unexpected challenges? Let's explore the next key habit: developing resilience in the face of adversity. Ready to dig deeper? Let's continue. Emotional intelligence building. On the idea of lifelong learning, let's dive into another essential skill: emotional intelligence. What good is knowledge if you can't connect with people? Intelligence isn't just about solving problems or knowing facts. It's about understanding yourself and those around you. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is the bridge between your mind and your relationships. It's the skill that allows you to navigate the complexities of human connection with empathy and grace. In fact, EQ is the kind of intelligence that helps you lead, collaborate, and build meaningful relationships, whether at work, home, or in everyday interactions. At its core, emotional intelligence comprises three main elements: self-awareness, empathy, and communication. Let's break these down. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize your emotions, understand what triggers them, and see how they influence your behavior. The next component, empathy, is the ability to understand the emotions of others. It's about stepping into someone's shoes without judgment, seeing the world through their eyes. Finally, communication ties everything together, allowing you to express your thoughts and feelings effectively while fostering trust and connection. These principles align beautifully with Stoic philosophy. The Stoics placed a high value on understanding others without judgment, seeing every person as a fellow human navigating their own struggles. Marcus Aurelius, for example, often reminded himself that people act based on their own perceptions and limitations. He wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil. This wasn't cynicism, it was empathy. He sought to understand people, not react to them, a practice at the very heart of emotional intelligence. So how can you cultivate emotional intelligence in your life? It starts with self-awareness. Begin by identifying your emotions throughout the day. When you acknowledge your feelings, whether it's frustration, joy, or anxiety, you take the first step toward managing them instead of letting them control you. The next layer is empathy. Practice active listening in your conversations. This means giving someone your full attention, not just hearing their words, but understanding the emotions behind them. Resist the urge to interrupt or offer advice right away. Instead, reflect on what they've said and ask thoughtful questions. Over time, this practice will deepen your understanding of others and strengthen your emotional connections. Building emotional intelligence is a powerful tool for both personal growth and stronger relationships. As you continue to sharpen this skill, your ability to handle difficult conversations, offer support, and navigate complex social dynamics will improve. So what's the next step? Let's explore how these habits can further shape your life's journey. Ready to dive deeper? Let's continue. Earlier, we explored the importance of emotional intelligence. Now let's look at how it strengthens your relationships and overall well-being. Another cornerstone of emotional intelligence, EQ, is learning to pause before reacting, especially in emotionally charged situations. When anger or frustration starts to rise, it's easy to react impulsively, but taking a moment to breathe, count to 3, or even stepping away from the situation for a bit can make a world of difference. This small pause creates space between your emotion and your response, allowing you to act thoughtfully instead of reacting in the heat of the moment. As the Stoics taught, true strength lies in mastering your emotions, not being mastered by them. By learning to pause and gain control over your emotional responses, you begin to build a habit of emotional clarity. If you're looking for ways to further develop EQ, journaling can be a powerful tool. At the end of the day, reflect on moments when you experienced strong emotions. What triggered them? How did you respond? And what could you have done differently? This practice helps identify patterns in your behavior, providing valuable insights that enable you to handle future emotional situations with more ease and intention. Cultivating emotional intelligence isn't just about improving your relationships with others. It's about improving your relationship with yourself. It's the ability to connect deeply with others, to understand their struggles without judgment, and to communicate in ways that foster trust and respect. Emotional intelligence allows you to view emotions as tools for growth, both for yourself and those around you. In the end, intelligence without emotional intelligence is incomplete. Physical health now, let's shift focus to physical health, something that deeply affects both our mind and our intelligence. A healthy mind cannot thrive in an unhealthy body. Your brain, the very engine of your intelligence, relies on the strength and vitality of your body to function at its best. Neglecting physical health creates a ripple effect, impairing focus, energy, and mental clarity. If you truly want to grow smarter, you need to start with the foundation, taking care of your body. The connection between the brain and the body is undeniable. Studies have shown that regular physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, promoting the growth of new neural pathways and enhancing memory, focus, and problem-solving abilities. Sleep, often underestimated, is another pillar of cognitive health. When you sleep, your brain consolidates memories, clears toxins, and resets for the day ahead. Additionally, nutrition plays a vital role. What you eat doesn't just fuel your body, it fuels your mind. Oh, how do you begin prioritizing physical health in a manageable, sustainable way? The first step is being mindful of what you eat. Your diet has a direct impact on how you think and feel. Focus on whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats that nourish both your body and brain. Avoid the quick fix of processed snacks and sugary drinks, which may give you a temporary energy boost but ultimately lead to crashes. Instead, keep healthy snacks like nuts, seeds, or fruit within reach throughout the day. Hydration is just as crucial. Your brain is nearly 75% water, so drink enough throughout the day to keep it functioning at its best. Quality sleep is also non-negotiable for cognitive performance. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep each night to set yourself up for the day ahead. When you prioritize your physical health, you're building a solid foundation for your mental well-being. Earlier, we discussed the importance of nurturing your body and mind for long-term growth. Now let's dive deeper into how small changes in your habits can lead to big results. To optimize your health and mindset, one of the most effective changes you can make is limiting your screen time before bed. The blue light emitted by screens disrupts your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, making it harder to fall asleep. Instead of scrolling through your phone or watching TV, try winding down with a good book, some meditation, or journaling. Establishing a calming bedtime routine signals to your brain that it's time to rest. Whether it's dimming the lights, sipping on herbal tea, or simply closing your eyes for a few minutes, creating a routine that promotes relaxation will set the stage for better sleep. Now let's talk about movement. You don't need an intense gym routine to experience the benefits of exercise. Starting with something as simple as a 20-minute walk each day can do wonders for your body and mind. Walking improves circulation, clears your mind, and gives you space for reflection and problem solving. If you're looking for more, try incorporating strength training or yoga a few times a week. The key here is consistency. Find an activity that you enjoy and make it part of your routine. Discipline ties all these habits together. The Stoics believed in moderation, not overindulging, but also not neglecting the body's needs. This balance is essential to building a strong foundation for your mental and physical well-being. Think of it this way: every healthy choice you make is an investment in your future self. Each walk, each nutritious meal, and every night of good sleep compounds over time, creating a stronger, sharper, and more resilient version of you. When you prioritize your physical health, you're not just taking care of your body. You're giving your mind the tools it needs to thrive. As the Stoics remind us, wisdom and discipline go hand in hand. By strengthening your body, you are also strengthening your mind and, in turn, your ability to face life's challenges with clarity and purpose. Make the choice today to care for your body as the vessel of your intelligence. This decision will elevate every part of your life. Intelligence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build piece by piece through your actions and habits. These 7 habits are your blueprint, not just for becoming smarter, but for living a more intentional, fulfilling life. Remember, this journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Every small step you take toward these habits compounds over time, shaping a sharper mind, a wiser heart, and a more resilient you. The Stoics taught us that personal growth isn't about competing with others. It's about becoming better than you were yesterday. That's the mindset to carry with you. If you're ready to dive deeper into these ideas, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Here we explore practical wisdom, Stoic principles, and actionable steps to help you grow into the best version of yourself. Watch, reflect, and join a community of learners committed to lifelong growth. Your smarter, stronger self is waiting. Start building it today. Don't just consume knowledge, put it into practice. And if you're ready to explore these ideas even further, we'll see you in the next video.